But we're out here in Geneva today. We're talking about the activities that are taking place here today. I'm really happy to announce the first of our mobile registration intake centers. This is a location where individuals can go, and we will be placing these around the community. People can go to get FEMA assistance. Our FEMA agents from really across the nation are here on the ground. They're in the facility behind us, and they are actively helping families right now inside of the location. Other locations have been identified, and we will be moving from site to site throughout the week. Today, of course, we're here in Geneva. We have plans to visit Altamont Springs, Winter Springs, Oviedo, Sanford, Midway, Goldsboro, Lincoln Heights, and then we will be going also through the communities again. So if you've missed us this time, we'll be going through the communities again. Obviously, if we see large groups at certain areas, we'll be coming back very, very quickly as soon as we can. If you decide that you don't want to go to a site like this, but this is a fantastic site. They'll answer all the questions, what you can apply for, what you're eligible for. If you need assistance, this is the place to go. But you can also always call the 1-800 number, 1-800-621-FEMA. There's a lot of great information just telephonically on that, or you can go to FEMA.gov and apply as well. We are very happy this morning FEMA turned on TSA, Transitional Shelter Assistance. This provides hotel space and other space for individuals that have been displaced because of this event. Even if you have previously applied for FEMA assistance, you want to go ahead, if you need this assistance, and call the 1-800 number. You can come by one of these sites or go to FEMA.gov and they can help you with transitional shelter assistance. We had this program during Hurricane Maria, during Hurricane Irma, and it helped place a lot of individuals in extended stay hotels and rental assistance after their homes were destroyed or damaged. I'm very happy to report the debris collection will begin in just the next couple days. Please remember, when we start debris collection, and I know everybody's been doing debris movement out to the home, please remember to sort it. As we've gone through the community, we have seen that our community do an excellent job at sorting debris, but there have been those homes where we see yard debris and what we call construction debris, the couches that have been flooded, the furniture and things like that, grouped together. Please separate those. If they are grouped together, our debris collection contractors have to stop, sort the debris, pick up the debris, and that delays getting to your neighbor down the street to the next community. So please sort your debris for us. Help us expedite debris collection so we can get back to some type of normalcy here in Seminole County. While vegetation, if you drive around Seminole County, you'll notice vegetation or yard debris appears to be a little bit less, depending on the neighborhood, appears to be a little bit less than previous storms. We anticipate, though, the construction debris, the carpet, the furniture, the couches and things like that have been ruined will far exceed what we saw in Hurricane Irma and also back in 2008 during our historic floods in Tropical Storm Faye. We are still seeing, of course, flooding go up in certain areas of our community. At Lake Jessup, we are due to crest today. At Lake Monroe in Sanford, we are due to crest on Thursday, possibly Friday, but it does look like it's going to be Thursday. I am happy to report Lake Harney has crested. We have seen multiple reports now of a slow drop, but a drop out here at Lake Harney. So Lake Harney has crested and the water is going down. Forecasts show that the water will be down to the previous historic values by Sunday or Monday. So still incredibly high, still dangerous if you're driving out here, but at a lower level. For those families in flooded areas and in other affected communities, Seminole County continues to deliver bottled water, food, tarps, meals, and household products to facilities like this. Now, we would love to go down every single road and provide food and water. We simply cannot do that. We don't have the staff, we don't have the equipment, we just don't have the amount of vehicles that would require us to go down every flooded road and provide people with water and tarps and things like that. So we are partnering, just like this, we are partnering with nonprofit groups, faith-based organizations to get those needed items out to the community. The way that we are doing that is through hubs, very similar to this. So far, in Seminole County, we have delivered over 200,000 bottles of water, 2,500 tarps, 7,000 meals, and pallets of household products and mosquito spray. Those are still continuing to be delivered each and every day. We just delivered these this morning. So as we find that those start to dwindle, we push more commodities out to the areas affected so that they don't have very far to go to pick up these items. Persons with unmet needs can continue to call our Citizens Information Line at 407-665-0000. Again, 407-665-0000. And a case manager will call back to identify what the unmet needs are. And then again, partnerships with our faith-based and nonprofit groups. We have lots and lots of faith-based organizations and nonprofit and volunteer groups that are going out to individuals with special needs, individuals with disabilities, individuals that can simply not go outside to do some of this debris removal, fence repairs, things like that. And we're partnering with these organizations to do that. Hundreds of cases have already been completed. Over 160 cases just this morning I looked at looked like they were completely finished based on the great volunteer work of our faith-based and our nonprofit organizations that have done incredible things in the community. Again, our Citizens Information Line, 407-665-0000. We are still, of course, moving forward with our emergency response programs here out in the community, making sure that we are ready to respond to any need in our community. And with that, I would like to turn it over to the Fire Chief, Chief Kinley, to talk about some of those efforts. Chief Kinley.
Thank you. Thank you, Alan. And thank you to FEMA for setting up mobile intake centers throughout Seminole County to help the residents and their needs during this disaster. As you know, we set up a mobile command post here in Geneva in partnership with the Sheriff's Office and the National Guard. Since that time, we've helped rescue 41 residents, 17 dogs, and 5 cats. In anticipation of the next phase of flooding shifting from Geneva to the areas within the St. Johns River Basin in the northwest portion of Seminole County, as of today at 8 a.m. this morning, the fire department and sheriff have transitioned more resources to the west side of the county. We have moved our unified command post location to Lou's Big Rigs, located at 4757 Orange Boulevard in the Sanford Paola area. Fire department assets include 1 boat with a tow vehicle, a 6x6 high water vehicle, and a drone team. We also have the National Guard on standby. Downtown Sanford is already seeing rising waters, so we are anticipating rising water in the Paola area that will impact communities along the area of that river. This includes areas such as St. Johns River Estates, Bookertown, Sanford Farms, and Astor Farms. Additionally, the railroad bridge crossing at the St. Johns River has water up to the bridge and is blocked off, and you cannot navigate the river past the bridge. Even though we have demobilized the Geneva command post, if the area needs our help, we still have a strong presence. We have staffed Geneva Station 42 with additional personnel for any walk-ups and drive-ups, along with we have higher water vehicles as usual, our airboat, engine, rescue. We are ready to respond. Again, stay safe and know that the Seminole County Public Safety officials are ready to serve you in your time of need, and we will respond. Thank you, and I'd like to turn it over to Sheriff Lima.
Thank you, Chief, and again, it's great to see everyone again. I also want to emphasize the importance of collaboration, both with government agencies, both at the federal, state, and local level, which is some of the things that I've talked about every time, that Many of these first responders have put their personal family and personal interests on hold to come out here and serve their community. Not only people that are working on the front lines, but many support people who are behind the scenes as well, working in our EOC, working in our schools that staff the shelter. So I want to thank them, as well as their family members that had gone without a critical loved one in their home, providing safety and security. Again, when we look at the community, it is incredibly important that communities heal when neighbors help neighbors. And any one of us that know the north end of our county, particularly Geneva, other areas that lie around the river, we know that these are people who are resilient. Many of you have been through many storms in the past, particularly with Faye. What we've seen similar flooding here that we have seen with Faye. But we also recognize as people move into our state, there may be some people that have not experienced the storm or hurricane. That's why it's so important for us to continue to send the message out there, to communicate on the onset leading up to the storm, the multiple news conferences every single day, and Alan and his team have been in front of the cameras partnering with all of you. So again, thank you for all of that. Our collaboration will continue. As we shift now with the rising waters, we know that Lake Harney has crested. I think it was like 12 feet 7 inches or something like that in that neighborhood. We know that it then shifts to the other areas of the St. Johns River, Lake Jessup, Lake Monroe, which will crest in the next day or so. After that, the water will start to move very gradually out of the area. To the residents of Geneva, we will stand ready and committed to meet any needs and resources that you may need. If you don't have access to a cell phone, to camera, any person who sees this that is in and about those communities, please let us know whatever we can do to help. We're filling sandbags. We've had inmate workers and laborers fill sandbags. I think yesterday very few sandbags were requested or taken. And I know that there's water distribution and food distribution that's out there. So please, if there's anything that we, or more particularly the Seminole County Sheriff's Office, can do to make you more comfortable, please call upon us. I wish we could wave a magic wand and get all the water out of your house and out of your yard, but that's just not possible. As we shift over towards Sanford, again, we will monitor the water. We will inform the citizens. Sadly, on Orange Boulevard in Sanford, water has already arrived at the residents' doorstep. So that's Orange Boulevard in Sanford. As Chief Kinley mentioned, the fire department is stationing their boats, and we are stationing in partnership with them high water rescue vehicles. These are the vehicles that you've seen out on the roadways. You've seen a lot of our media partners covering them. We can get in and get you rescued should you need to do that. I always remind people that if you choose to be evacuated and if you choose to be rescued, ideally do that during daylight hours. Late at night is not the time that you want to go out there. It just makes it more difficult to move you out safely, both for our first responders as well as for you and your families. But we have those vehicles that are out there. We also assisted with dropping a new gauge on the State Road 46 bridge. The prior buoy reading was at 12 feet 6 inches. We had to drop a deeper gauge because the water was completely making the gauge non-visible. So we now dropped it. It's at 12 feet 7.1 inches. That's there. Again, we have had the privilege of having the governor visit and take an aerial tour of our area last week. And just yesterday, I had the opportunity to give Attorney General Ashley Moody another tour. So we took her on our aviation unit. We gave her an hour tour looking at all of the areas that are either trying to recover or anticipated continued flooding. So we have great support at the state level. I always want to remind people that if you see scams, price gouging, which means increasing the price of goods or services directly in association with storm recovery, plywood, tarps, gas, fuel, to contact the Attorney General's hotline, and that's 866-NO-SCAM, 866-NO-SCAM. To this point, I don't know of any complaints that we have received here locally on price gouging. I'll also remind people that It is a matter of time. As soon as the road's clear, there'll be a whole host of people that are trying to do work in your home and in your community. Many of these individuals are unlicensed and probably are looking for an opportunity just to make a profit. You mix them in with bona fide people who do this work, and it creates for a confusing situation. So if you see somebody, ask for their license. If you become suspicious of their credentials, please reach out to us. We will send somebody out to help evaluate that situation for you. I have been in contact with representatives from the Department of Financial Services, and they are also proactively monitoring this as we view this as the next stage in the recovery after the flooding leaves the area. Again, I want to thank you for your partnership, your collaboration. I want to thank our media partners, because in the early onset of this, I'll remind everyone what we did not have to exercise a stay-at-home order here. There was no curfews mentioned in Seminole County, and that was largely because there was no need. Our citizens stayed home, our businesses closed their businesses down as this storm approached, and as soon as the storm passed, our neighbors helped clear our roadways, they helped pick up debris of fellow neighbors, and our media partners allowed them the exposure through your coverage to see things that were of interest to them. That kept them at home and kept them tuned in to your information sources. So again, a lot of work here to recover. My heart goes out to the families that have been devastated. We want to stand strong and committed, as we've done so many times in the past with various storms. And should you need anything, please reach out to us directly or somebody else that you can communicate to. When they get the word to us, we will be right there to lend whatever support and resources that we possibly can. So with that, I'll have Alan Harris come back up for any questions.
Thank you, Sheriff. Are there any questions?
So, Alan, I know that there's a lot of layers with FEMA, right? But a lot of people, I think, if they've never been impacted before, or if they've never been impacted to this level, they don't know whether they're eligible or not. And I know there's a lot of different things, but primarily, isn't it for people who either are underinsured or without insurance? Is that fundamentally the
So primarily for people that are underinsured or people that don't have insurance, but in some cases, deductibles may be helped with FEMA. So the statement we always use in the local emergency management is go ahead and apply. And also, if you don't know, don't just assume you're ineligible for it. Come to a center like that. This is why we have this a center, is so you can ask those types of questions. Job loss, loss of income, if you have a private business at your home, these things, damages to your home, flooded home, these are all things that may be eligible for FEMA assistance. If you have insurance, of course, your first step is always to call your insurance agent, but then go ahead and file for FEMA in case there's some additional assistance that they may be able to provide. Soon we'll be opening the disaster recovery centers. The disaster recovery centers are different than this, where there's a lot more agencies. The Small Business Administration, which can offer low interest loans to repair your home in case you do have deductibles and you need that low interest loan. A tax relief, unemployment services, if you have lost income, those types of services. So this is a great facility to visit. Again, we're going to be moving throughout the communities on prepareseminole.org, where we're going to be. And then those will answer your general questions, and then we'll be opening the full center, hopefully within the next week or so. Yes, sir.